here. My name is RJ Comer. I'm the vice chair of this commission, and I've been asked to substitute for Shane Chandler, who is on a family commitment tonight. I'll try not to screw it up. Commissioner Qualls, will you lead us in our devotions?
Let's pray. Gracious and righteous God, Holy Father and Creator, we come before you this evening humbled by the responsibility that the precepts we go to place upon us. Help us to do these things this evening at all times in this county that are needful for it to be rightly and practically governed in the best interest of its citizens. Help us to respect you and your will in all things. For it's in your precious and righteous holy name of power that we now pray.
So to be. Thank you, Brother Qualls. Mr. Donnell, will you call the roll, please?
Tina Ferris,
Here.
Darren Green, Todd Lindsay,
Here.
Robert Qualls,
Here.
Tommy Brown,
Here.
Jeff Chase, Shane Chandler, Gary Peeler, Christy Sullivan, Patrick Reagan,
Here.
Robert Comer.
Here.
Mr. Vice Chairman, we do have a quorum.
Here tonight, we do have a sign-in sheet, so if you would like to sign in so that we have a record of your attendance, and the applicants, if we need you to speak, we will call you up to the podium at that time. I will now ask for approval of the minutes. If you have read the minutes, I'll be interested in a motion to approve the minutes or for any corrections or amendments there might be. Recognizing Commissioner Qualls.
I will make a very minor either usage or spelling emendation to under staff comments at the top of page 3. I think that sentence should be all staff comments were addressed prior to this meeting. So I think that change needs to be made. And other than that, Mr. Chairman, I would move for acceptance of the minutes as presented.
Do I have a second? Second by Jeff Chase. The minutes have been, a motion has been made for the approval of the minutes as amended with a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, is so ordered. All right, we will begin with the agenda. Item number 1, final plat for the Ridge Estates subdivision, tax map 45, part of parcel 5102, 8.37 acres, Timber Ridge Road, Charlotte, Tennessee, zoned R1 residential, 4th district. Mr. Donnell, the floor is yours.
This was surveyed by Exile Land Company to create 5 new lots. You remember the preliminary plat was approved at the November 2022 Planning Commission meeting. It was under the old guidelines for both the zoning and subdivision regulations. During that time, you'll see 1 lot was lost due to soils mapping. There is a 2-inch water line fronting the property. We have email confirmation from Michael Rogers at the Water Authority. This will be sufficient to supply the development, but with that being only a 2-inch, there will be no fire hydrants required. Ms. Harrington?
I have no additional comments, sir. Thank you.
This is the 4th district. Mr. Lindsay, do you have anything to share?
Mr. Chair, I would like to express my concerns as far as being a family member. Unbeknownst to me, I had no idea that he was developing any lots for a subdivision. But in saying that, I was not here for the preliminary plat. But I think in the best interest for this commission would be for someone else to maybe make the motion to move forward with the Ridge subdivision, please.
Great. Thank you for disclosing that, Commissioner Lindsay. What is the family relation between you and the applicant?
Being first cousins.
First cousins. Okay. What is the will of the commission on this application? Item number 1.
Having been in that position myself before, Mr. Chairman, I would move for the approval of the final plat for Ridge Estate subdivision tax map 45, part of parcel 51.02.
I second.
It has been regularly moved and seconded for the approval of item number 1, final plat for the Ridge Estates subdivision by Commissioner Qualls, second by Commissioner Ferris. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. Mr. Darnell, it is so ordered. Item number 2, final plat for Harris and Robertson subdivision, tax map 48, part of parcel 8.02, 8.03 acres, Highway 49 and Murphy Hollow Road, Van Leer, Tennessee, zoned A1 agricultural. This is the 3rd district. Mr. Darnell, the floor is yours.
All right, this was surveyed by Brown Land Surveying to create 6 new lots. The preliminary on this was approved at the December 2022 meeting under the old zoning resolutions. Water line that runs the front down Highway 49. It will be sufficient to supply the new development, but there also will be no fire hydrants on this. I did receive an email this afternoon from Andrew Mills, one of the county attorneys. Since this is a state highway, there's been some new rules put in place by the state as far as the driveway connections. He has asked that we put a note on there that the developer or owner will have the proper permits from TDOT before they apply for the building permits. Ms. Harrington?
No additional comment. Thank you.
Disagreeing, the 3rd district is not present tonight. What is the will of the commission as to regarding this item 2 final plat? Brother Lindsay. With the amendment on the rule change as mentioned by Mr. Darnell? It has been regularly moved to approve item number 2 final plat for the Harris and Robertson subdivision with the amendment of the county council's recommendation of the rule change regarding TDOT. Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Brown. It's been regularly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I will call the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. It is so ordered. Thank you. Item number 3, redivision of the Marcus A. Durwood Estate subdivision, tax map 139, parcels 34.12 and 34.11, lots 11 and 12. Deerwood Court, Dickson, Tennessee, A1 agricultural. This is the 2nd district. Mr. Darnell, the floor is yours.
All right, this was surveyed by Chapter Lane and Associates to create 5 new lots. The preliminary on this was approved at the February 2023 Planning Commission meeting. It is also under the old guidelines of the zoning resolution. There is a 6-inch water line that fronts the property. It is sufficient to supply the development. I do have email confirmation from Michael Rogers that the sureties for the 2 new fire hydrants have been paid. Ms. Harrington?
No additional comments. Thank you.
Thank you, staff. This is 2nd district. Commissioner Ferris.
I do have some, if we are redevising these properties, why wouldn't it fall and be under the new rules of the 1.5 acres?
Because it didn't take effect till May 1st and the preliminary went through before that.
What didn't take effect?
The zoning.
The
change.
zoning.
Yeah.
Well, yes,
Yes.
but we're the other ones I understand because those were the final plats, but we're actually.
This is also a
redividing.
final plat.
I think the clarification, Mr. Darnell, is a redivision the equivalent to a final map, or is it equivalent to a preliminary map?
It's the same.
It's equivalent
Yeah.
to a final map.
Yes.
Does that answer your question?
Okay,
Commissioner
yes,
Ferris?
that does.
Yeah, because we had the preliminary and it was approved. This is the final revision of it.
Okay, that answers my question. Thank you. Then I will motion to approve.
Second by, it has been regularly moved by Commissioner Ferris to approve item 3, redivision of the Marcus A. Deerwood Estates subdivision, seconded by Commissioner Reagan. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I will call the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. It is so ordered. The ayes have it. Mr. Darnell, thank you. Going on to other business. We have a road dedication for the Northfield subdivision. Mr. Darnell, the floor is yours.
Okay, this is another one of the older subdivisions that was started around 2006. It has finally been built out and completed. In your packet, you had a copy of the letter of dedication from John Duke. You also have copies of letters from the Highway Department stating it is up to the current county specifications and what their maintenance bond requirement will be. There's also a copy of letter of credit from the Bank of Dickson for the maintenance bond, which will be for 1 year. A yes vote on this will forward it to the county commission for approval to make it a county road.
Is there any questions or thoughts from the commission? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Motion.
All right. It's been moved by Commissioner Lindsay. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner Sullivan to approve the road dedication for Northfield subdivision. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it as so ordered, Mr. Narnell. Thank you. We have one more item that's not on the agenda, and that is the working group formed by members of this commission to work on the R3 subdivision change that was brought to us by the mayor last month. If you recall, we approved a recommendation for a moratorium on R3 zone changes so that we could consider the changes to the R3 zone that is recommended by the county commission and the mayor. In order to do that, we form working groups that work out the actual language of the R3 zone. So at this point, I will take volunteers to serve on that working group. The way the working group works is we meet at about 5:30 before our regular commission meetings. They're led and informed by the staff, and we work on the zone change until we're ready to bring it to commission. I will take volunteers. Commissioner Chase,
I
Commissioner
volunteer.
Ferris. One more, please. And Commissioner Brown. So Mr. Donnell, Commissioner Chase, Ferris, and Brown will be the working group. They will meet at 5:30 here to on the next meeting for
We
us.
meet downstairs in the office.
And although I'm not on the working group, if it comes down to have to actually drafting the revised zone change, please call on me to do so. I'd be happy to do so. Has any commissioner anything to bring before the planning commission for the good of this commission or the county in general? If that, I will entertain, do I need a motion to close the meeting? I'll take a motion to close the meeting. Second. It's been moved by Commissioner Chase and seconded by Commissioner Brown to close the meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, don't you say nay. So ordered. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. Thank you.